reason you love Christianity fully because of your religious trauma, or do you research and conclude that it's false? I didn't leave Christianity because of religious trauma. In fact, I didn't even know I was traumatized until I got out of it and realized the amount of harm that it did to me. I became aware of all the plot holes in the Bible from a very young age and had to learn how to actively gaslight and lie to myself to believe it. I had to have faith. I didn't realize the fear of hell had my mind stuck in a box I couldn't look out of because I was so scared of it. I didn't realize how much damage it was doing to me, basing my entire reality off of a book that I can't even convince myself was real. But I knew that if I stopped believing in it, that I would have to face my mortality. I would have to accept the coldness of the universe. I would have to accept the unknown. And the only thing that was able to give me that push, that leap of faith into accepting the unknown, was experiencing an extreme trauma that completely rewired my way of thinking. So I didn't have to just deconstruct from Christianity. I had to deconstruct my entire existence. I had to deconstruct my entire sense of self. And that did irreparable damage to me. But honestly, I'm happy that I went through it because I wouldn't be able to understand how people could be trapped in that if I wasn't inside of it first. Experiencing it made me understand it. And I'm grateful for that.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. First, let me say bravo to this young man. That was one of the best answers that I've heard in a very long time. So many Christians want to blame the reason why many people are walking away from Christianity, especially the youth, is because of some form of church hurt. I can tell you, I probably get that once a week where someone is saying, oh, you left because of church hurt. Or I see some pastor who is saying that people are church hurt. No, we're not church hurt. That is not why the overwhelming majority of people are walking away from this religion. It is not because someone did us wrong, someone abused us, someone lied to us. No, the lie is realized when you start to actually research this book, like this young man did, and realize that it was a fear based religion. And the true trauma comes from walking away. That is when we go through our roughest time. It is not in the church that we go through our roughest time, but when we walk away from it. You see, my whole identity was wrapped up in the church, like this young man's identity. And when you walk away from it, you for a time lose yourself. You lose your identity. You lose your understanding of how the world is supposed to work because you realize that the world never was working that way, the way that the Bible tells you that it works. And now you don't understand, you don't know how the world works, and you're in this void of not truly understanding yourself and knowing what's going to happen to me. What is the what is this life about? What is this purpose of this life? What is my purpose? Uh, you start to go through your own self evaluation and realize that you had been lying to yourself so deeply to believe this book that you don't even trust yourself and your own thoughts for a while because your own self and your own thoughts were the ones that was trying to constantly convince you that this book was righteous, that this God who genocided was righteous, this God who gave rules for slavery was righteous, this God who treated women so poorly was righteous, this God that would kill the entire world was righteous, that would kick Adam and Eve out of the garden for their first mistake on a pure entrapment case is righteous. And that everything negative that had happened to you was either the will of God or the acts of the devil. And now you have to figure out and understand why good things happen and why bad things happen. Because at that point, you don't understand the law of cause and effect. You don't understand the laws of mentalism. You don't understand that other people's causation is the reason why that you are the effects. All those things are the trauma that you go through, which is why my channel exists. My channel, my coaching programs exist because it is here for people who are going through those traumas. I don't actively go out and seek to remove people from their religion, although I will take the opportunity if given. I will not walk up in your church and do so, but if you approach me, if you come on my channel, I will take those opportunities. But the real trauma is walking away from the religion. Family members disown you, coworkers disown you, society itself disowns you. When you tell people what you believe or what you don't believe, the anger, the frustration that they give you, having to deal with those types of things on a daily basis, those are the traumatic things that a person walking away from this religion goes through, which y'all don't realize, my Christians. Those attitudes that you have are the things that also solidify us in our walking away. But bravo to this young man and his generation for walking away from this religion. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.